the tablet after. Mr. Hanson? Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Man, it doesn't matter. It's a desktop we're using. It's a computer we're using. Laptop, desktop, computer. The interface is still the same if you're using a desktop and a laptop. It's the same procedure. Make sure you are entering with the right email address. Make sure that you are logged in using the ministry's email address. If it is that you can change your picture to show that it's to differentiate between your email addresses, you can also do that. Beside your picture or the initial of your first name, there are 9 dots there. And once you click on those 9 dots, it takes you to a box with a whole lot of apps in there, but you're looking for the one that says Classroom. Once you find that one, it will open up to the classrooms that you are a part of. All the classes that you would be a part of will pop up and look like this. Now I want to go to one particular class to check on my assignments and to see what needs to be done. So I go to the classroom. Now in this part of the classroom, you have 3 horizontal lines to your left. Once you click on those, there's a very important part of this side that I want you to know and to always take note of. And it's the part that says to do. Now in the to do section, you'll be able to see all the work that has been assigned to you. You'll be able to see all the work that you have missed already, which means that you have not submitted them. And then you'll be able to see all the work that you have done already, and you have submitted those work to the teacher already. So the assigned part is the one that you want to pay attention to. It gives you your due date and the time that you are supposed to be submitting these work to your teacher. All right, so you're finished with to do. Tap back on your 3 horizontal arrow lines, and we go back to our classroom, which is test run. All questions will be taken after this session. So let me explain first. Write your question down that you may have. Now on this side of your stream, you see upcoming. And under upcoming, it tells you what you have due today, and then it gives you the next assignment, and you can also view all of them. So this also is a shortened version of your to-do list. On the stream, this is where your teacher speaks to you. This is where your teacher gives notices, and you will see when a teacher posts an assignment, posts a material, posts a question, posts notes, anything at all. The teacher is speaking to you. They tell you, remember, class begins at a certain time. All of these things are done on the stream. Now, the most critical part of the interface is the Google Classroom is your classwork. That's the most important part. The part that says classwork. This is where you go and get your work. This is where you go and get your notes. This is where you submit them as well. So it's important that you understand this part of the Google Classroom platform. Now your teacher may have broad headings like this. I have Parent 101, I have a next one that says feelings, I have next one that says anything, and then you have the work under them. Underneath, beside each work, you will see the due date and also the time that it is due. So we need to make note of that as well. The activity and the time that it is due. So teacher asks me a question. Teacher wants to engage me and my classmates in a discussion. And the teacher asks a question. This is what it looks like. This question button, this question mark, inside the box means that the teacher asks you a question and you need to answer that question. Tap on question, view question, select that, And then now you get to this section. Here is a question. The question says, what is a set? Now down here says class commence, which means that give me a minute, please, sorry. Sorry, back to the question. It says, what is a set? Down here is where your classmate can make comments. They can either say, Miss, can you rephrase the question? I do not understand the question. Or they can say, Miss, I've done the question already. Whatever it is. But if you don't have to say anything, then don't type in the box. And that's the truth. If you don't have to make a comment, then don't make a comment. But this is not where your answer goes. To your right-hand side, it says your answer, and you see the word assigned in green, and then it says type your answer. This is where you type your answer. You're using a laptop, you're using a desktop. This is where you go and you say type your answer. So you're going to say a set. Notice that as soon as I start typing, my turn in button lights up. A set is a collection of items that shares a common property. That is what a set is. Once I'm finished typing and answering the question, teacher may give me more than one question to answer, it is okay. All of them can be answered in the space right there. All you need to do is press enter and write another answer if another question is asked, and you explain yourself if you're writing a paragraph. Continue your typing, press your enter button, and you continue to fill in your answers. When you're finished, then you click the button that says turn in. This pop-up window will pop up. It says, always read it, students, always read it. It says you won't be able to make changes to your answer after you submit. What this means is that once you click that turn in button, that is it. You cannot change your answer. You cannot take it back. It's just that it has been submitted. So double check and ensure that it is the correct thing that you want to send to your teacher. Turn in. Now your work has been turned in. You've answered your question. You're good to go. So you're done. And that is if a teacher asks you a question. That is how you respond to your question. Go back to classwork. See, it is no longer blue. It is now gray, which means that I have submitted my answer to the question that the teacher asked me. Now, what if the teacher give me an assignment that I need to type up, or I need to write in my book and take a picture and upload it? So this is my next assignment that I have to do. Click on it, then I click view assignment. As stated before, this is where your comments go, not your answer. Comments go here. It says it is due October 22, 5 p.m. and it tells me how much it is marked out of 100 points. Now over this side, my right-hand side, I see my name. My name is there because the assignment was personally assigned to me. It was an individual assignment, which means that each student in the class, they will see their name right at the front of the document that is given to them. Click on it. When you click on it, it will open up looking like this on your system. And then it says you cannot type in it like this. You cannot do anything with it while it's like this. What you now need to do is go up to the top where you have the arrow, says open with, and then you click on Google Docs. All right. Some system may tell you to open it with Microsoft Word, while some will give you the option of, say, using Google Docs. Most time, You'll get Google Docs because you're using Google Classroom. So most of the time, that is what you'll end up getting. Now that I'm there, the first thing I want to do, Claudette, please stop marking on my screen. Next thing I want to do is to fix normal text right here. Click on normal text so that when I enter, my space is not too large for entering. Read the instruction given, students. Read the instruction given and follow them. Now on this document, you're able to type your answer to your teacher. It says write sentences using the following words, all right? So I am going to school today. That is my first sentence. Press my enter button 2 times and I can write another sentence. I love eating mango. When you're finished typing and you're sure you're finished typing, please note that the document is being saved as long as you have your drive active on your system. It is being saved right there, right then it is being saved. What you do is that do not close this as yet. Go directly to your classroom. When you go back to your class, to the section, click on your back arrow that is to your left hand side, that is beside the PDF and your name, that arrow. Click on it and you're back in your classroom. Now, underneath the first document, you need to click Add or Create. When you tap on it, you are going to go to Google Drive and you're going to find the work that you just typed up. It is there. Notice that you did not close it, but it is still there. The work that you just work on is usually what is right there. It's the first thing that you will see. The work that you just did, it is under recent. All right, because you just type it. Click on it, and then you click insert. There it is, loading now, and underneath it, it no longer has PDF, it has Google Docs. All right, so you have the work is uploaded now, and you can easily submit it to the teacher. But what if it was a situation where you were supposed to do the work in your notebook? That is where the work was supposed to be done, in your notebook. I strongly recommend that once the work has been done in your notebook, you take the picture of the work. Even though you're using a desktop or a laptop, you can still take the picture of your work. But when you take the picture of the work, upload it to your desktop or your laptop under the section that has pictures. Upload it. You can rename it. So if it's a social study homework, you can say social study is homework, our heritage, label it properly so you know exactly where to go and find it. All right? So make sure you take the picture first. Always take the picture first. Once you have taken the picture, you can go back to add or create. Now remember, this is if the teacher tells you to put the work in your notebook. Then go to file. Once you go to file, you're going to go to upload. Upload, and then you are going to browse. Once you go to browse, look for the activity that was given to you and you want the picture for it. So go to pictures and then you find the picture of the work that was given to you. Find the folder that you may have saved it in because that is also important. Open. Click on the work. This is a picture of the work that I did. Open it and then it will load up. So remember now, if it is that you have 5 or 6 pages that you wrote on, you can upload all 5 or 6 pictures of the work that you did in your notebook, or is it a workbook, or did you do it on folder paper, whatever it is that you did it on, and you have taken a picture, upload it. All right. So this is what you do. And you keep adding until you have added all the pieces of your work. Then you click turn in. Turn in. When you click it, everything that you have attached will come up. Make sure that you have all the pieces. Double check your book in the meantime. Make sure that it's all the pages that you wanted. Always do that. Then you click turn in again, and then your work would have been submitted to your teacher. So this is if 1, you get a document to type on. That is how you upload it. 2, if you did the work probably in a textbook, if you did the work in your notebook, if you did the work on folder paper, you have to take pictures and upload it. This is how you submit the work. Now the work has been turned in. Once you see turned in and once you see unsubmit, it means that your work has gone in already. Do not click unsubmit. If you click unsubmit, it means that the teacher will not get your work. Do not click on submit at all, because remember, at the end of the day, you need the teacher to mark your work. All right, back to classwork. Remember, I tell you most of the work is done within this section. So here it says now turned in, and it is no longer blue, it is now gray because I have done the work already. Now I did my work. How do I know that my teachers marked my work? Where do I go to look to see that teachers marked my work? What is my teacher's feedback? Did I get anything wrong? Do I need to go and do over the assignment? Go back to classwork. Say you did the work last week and you want to find out if the teacher marked your work already. Go back to that very same work that you did. Are you sure you did it? Are you sure you handed it in? Go back to it, and it must be gray. It cannot be blue. Once it is blue, it means that you have not done it already. Once it is gray, it means that you did access it and you would have submitted the work. Click on the work that you have done already. Then here it is, it says graded, which means that I submitted my work, means that teacher marked it already. Once I see the word graded, it means that it has been marked already. View assignment, and then right underneath the one with my name, I see edited. Once I see that, it means that yes, it has been marked. I click on it, and I will be able to see what teacher marked for me. So there it is. Teacher marked my work already. I did my work. I get my feedback. All right. Click my back arrow to the left. Then teacher may send a comment to me. Teacher may not send a comment. It depends on your teacher. And then here you have your grade, 100 out of 100. So you get to see your grade here. And this is how you know for a fact that yes, your work has been marked and the teacher is giving you your feedback. All right. So we have done question. We have done submitting work using your Google Docs, or if you took a picture of your assignment. Next one, what if I get a quiz to do? So here is a quiz that is assigned to you, and it is due October 23, 5 p.m. Click on my quiz. I see view assignment. All right. Once I click on my quiz, it should open up in another window, and then I'll be able to answer my question. So here's a quiz. It says, what is 5 plus 2? And I'm answering my question, and it asks, what is my name? And I type my name, and then I scroll down and I answer all the questions that are on there that needs to be answered. And once I am finished, once I reach the bottom of the quiz, you'll see this button that says submit. Click on it. and your work has been submitted. All right. Once you see this, it says response submitted and assignment marked as done. Teacher will mark your work and give you your feedback. Some quiz that you do, students, will mark itself and you'll get the answer right away. Depends on how your teacher set it up. While some of them, you will not be able to get the response until the teacher reviews the quiz, and then you'll be able to get your grade for it. All right? So now that you have done your quiz, go back to your classroom. And here it is now. It turned in. It says turned in. All right? Notice I did not come and I did not attach anything here any at all, because that is how the quiz operates. That is how it functions. There's nothing for me to attach. There's nothing for me to upload. There's nothing for me to do. Right then and there, I did my quiz and it says I've turned in my quiz. So I no longer have that quiz to do. Now, is it gray? Yes. So it says turned in. It's done already. So I did my quiz. I did my class work and upload it. I answered my question. Now this tab right here, students, means that your teacher posted notes. All right, so view material. Please, students, please ensure you read and write the notes in your book. This is where you go and you get material. So you click on it and it will open up, all right? Open up wherever you want. You want to remain right here and write off your notes, you can remain right in this section and you do your notes. Or if you want to open it up into another area of your computer, like say Google Docs, you can also do that. And that is how you get your notes. So you write your notes off. It may be not just notes to write off. The teacher may give you a video that you need to watch. That comes under what is called material. So you may have to watch a video and make notes based on the video in your book. It depends on what is required of you from your teacher. Now, notice I did not touch a part that says people, because under people is the students that are in your class. You will never see your name there. So don't worry about that. You'll never see your name. You'll just see the name of your teacher and your classmates. All right? So at this time, Mr. Hanson, I will take questions. At this time, if hands are raised, we'll take questions at this time as it pertains to submitting assignments, answering questions, or doing a quiz. Sanya Walker, hand is raised. Go ahead. I ask you to unmute. Sanya Walker. Sanya, if you're speaking, I'm not hearing you. Students, remember you're
Hearing me?
Yes, please go ahead.
You're hearing me now?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes, on behalf of my daughter Tiffany, she is not getting any work, but she's seeing the classes that are active on her device. So
As
she
long
used the phone and she said, yes, miss?
as she's seeing the classes and she goes to class work and there's absolutely nothing there for her to do. No notes, no nothing in any of her classes at all.
No, you only see the teachers, that's it, but she's not getting no access to do
Did,
any classwork.
did you go to class work in every single classroom and there's nothing there to be done?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss, we did.
All right, then keep checking classwork because that's where the work is posted. Keep checking. That's the only place that we're going to see work or notes to be done. Or anything that needs to be done, the only place you can go and get them is the section that says classwork. So let her keep checking them.
Okay, miss, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Galaxy J2 Core, I'm not sure who that is. Your hand is raised. Unmute your mic, please.
Hello.
Good morning. Go ahead.
My question is, do you guys have any written work for those who cannot access the site?
Not at this time.
When can we get any written work?
I cannot deal with that in this forum. This is just for the G Suite forum. You may contact the school and find out when those will be ready. But for today, it's just the G Suite we're dealing with for those who are using the platform.
You're just dealing with
I'm just dealing with those who are using the
for those who
platform
are.
at this time. They need to understand how to navigate on the platform.
Oh, I can navigate on it. I've
Okay.
logged other students in. I just don't have the tablet for myself.
Okay. But for now,
Okay.
that is what we are dealing with. But as regards to written work or type work to be handed out, get in touch with the school or speak to your grade coordinator or your form teacher. All right.
All right, thanks.
Any question as it pertains to the system? Do you know students how to get Alisa Isaacs, please start marking on the screen. Students, do you know understand how to find your classwork? Do you know understand how to submit your work? That is very important that you know how to do that, and that is why we are hosting this session. So you know where to find your homework. If the work is done in your book, take your pictures and upload them. I am going to go to what if you're now using a tablet. That was if you this section was if you're using a desktop. I am now going to the section, what if you are using a tablet, all right, to navigate the system.
Hello students, here is a demonstration on how you should get into your Google Classroom using the credentials sent to you from the Ministry of Education. First of all,
Realize my screen is not being shared. Show me a raise of hand if you have logged in already. You have successfully logged in. You have no problem at all logging in. You know how to log in. You see your classes on the platform already. Let me see a raise of hand. You never have no issue. You know how to get into the system already. There's a hand feature there that you can raise your hand. So the person is raising their hand in the video. It's kind of difficult to see everybody spread across the screen. But you're logged in already, so you have no issue with that part. Then I'll skip that video and I'll go straight to if you're using your tablet and your phone, how to upload your assignments. That's the one that we want right now. How to upload your assignment that is typed using Google, the tablet or the cell phone. All right, it seems as if we are good to go where that is concerned. So Roxanne, check your audio. Obviously, your audio is not connected. So I'm going to share screen now. For those who are using tablet and the cell phone, pay careful attention. This is your time now as it relates to how you're going to submit your work to your teachers. Pay careful attention, please.
in this video, I will show you an overview of the Google Classroom platform, and this applies to those using tablets and cell phones. So the first thing we usually do is to try and ensure that we find our classroom. Wherever we put it on our system, that's where it would be. Once you find your classroom, ensure that you're logged in with the correct email address, and to always double check that, you click at the top right hand corner on whether you have an image or the initial of your name. Make sure it is a ministry's email address that you're logged in with. Once you ensure that that is the situation, find the class that you want to go to. Now remember, you're going to be in more than one classroom, so always check your classrooms. So when you go in your classroom now, this is what your system looks like. Down the bottom here, we have what is called stream. In stream, you see where teacher give notices. So this one says, good morning, students. Please remember class begins at 10. You will also see where your teacher would have posted assignments, questions, or posted notes for class. Stream is like the one that gives you update on what is happening. Then now we have classwork. When we click on classwork, this is where you go, you can tap, get your assignments done, tap, get your notes, answer your questions. All of that information is in this section. This is where you go also to not only get them, but also to be able to submit them. Then we have the section that says people. Under people, you see who are the persons in your class. Please note that you will never see your name there. All right, you will only see your class members' name. Now at the top left-hand corner here, we have 3 horizontal lines. On that, you have classes, we have our calendar, you have the classes that you belong to, and most importantly, why I take you to this section is the one that says to do. Now, in the to do section, you will be able to see all the work that is to be done, anything that you have missed, anything that is assigned to you. This is a section where you see all of those work. So you see they have these assignments right here. It says has no due date at all. That means the teacher did not assign any due date. But the others, you see that they have due dates on them. Tells you what time they're due and the date that they are due. This is very important that we understand this. So the students have to check this regular. What they have missing means that they did not submit an assignment to the teacher. It will also pop up there to say that those work are missing, and usually what is missing goes at the top. Then what is done? Once they do an assignment, they can always go back and see that yes, that assignment has been done. So I encourage you to always check your to-do list. If you don't want the confusion with all your classes, because the to-do list usually show you all your classes, go to your top right hand corner and not the 3 dots. The horizontal lines going across that are decreasing, tap on it, and then you can filter and say which class alone you want to see. So if I click on test run to do, this is all I have to do in this class. If I go and click on the next class, all right, I have all these things to do for the next class, or what I have missing for the next class. So you can filter it to say you want to see all the classes or you just want to see one particular class. The option is yours. All right. So that is how you get a better understanding of your classroom. And this is what the 3 dots there is, just so if you want to refresh or you want to give a feedback to Google. Want to go back to your classes, click on the class that I was in a while ago, and this is just an overview of what the classroom looks like. The next video, I will show you how you get to the section of answering questions and submitting assignments.
I hope that video was clear so far. That was just an overview of how your platform looks when it comes to the Google Classroom for those using a cell phone and a tablet. The next one I'm going to show you now is the one that talks about uploading. How do I upload my assignment using my tablet and my cell phone? I don't have a laptop. I don't have a desktop. How do I navigate the system? Here is how.
you how to submit an assignment once you're using your tablet or your cell phone. So as usual, find your classroom. It's the most important thing. Find the class you want to go to. Go to classwork. And I see that I have more than one assignment. So I'm going to do one that is due on Wednesday because that's the earliest one. The one that says test one assignment. Now when I look, this is what I'm going to see. Usually you don't tap on this one. You go down the bottom here and you scroll up on the arrow. When you scroll up on the arrow, you are going to see your name plus the name of the activity that the teacher gave you. Why is this so? It means that the assignment was personally sent to you. Now, in many cases, you will be able to write on the document. If that is not the case, then in another video, I will show you what will happen. But for this one, we are able to write on the document. Tap on the document and it will open up for you. All right. So we have the instruction and we have questions there that needs to be responded to. What you need to pay close attention to is that the top right hand corner, you have 3 dots, you have a box, and then you have a pen. All right. Click on that pen. Once you tap on the pen, down the bottom of your screen becomes active. Down there you have an eraser. So if you click on the pen, the marker, the highlighter, you can erase what was there. If you click on A, there's an A down there, which is for texting. When you click on that, you'll be able to type. All right. So it depends on what the instructions are given to you. You can type your responses to your teacher or you can write them using the pen or the marker. Now let's try both. The instruction says I'm supposed to write sentences using those words. I'm going to do the text box first. Since this box is here, it means that the answers usually go inside the box. Usually, all right? But if it's a case where there's no box there, you can do your texting just the same. So I'm going to use the text box given. So I tap on my A and I tap in my screen and then this blue box comes up. And then it says type something. Just start typing your response, that is. So the first word is arrange. And I'm going to say, please. And you type your responses the way you're supposed to type them. Please arrange. Please arrange the chairs in rows. You can always fix your letters. All right. Notice that the blue box is over the black box that I'm supposed to type in. I can move it. See there? It can come out of it and I can put it back in there. Wherever in there I want to put it, I can put it and I can put my response in there. Once I tap out of it, my response is in there. Now, you can make it, tap back on it, you can make it smaller and the words flow differently. You can make it larger. It doesn't matter. You fix it the way you want to fix it. You can make the blue box the size of the actual box that was given to you and your responses will be there. All right? Good. What if you did not get a box but you have the questions to respond to when you need to write? Now, this one can be a bit tedious in terms of, especially if your penmanship is not up to scratch. You can choose the size point that you want. Down here, click on your pen. Usually I use the 1, 2, 3rd one to my right or going to my left, or the one in the middle actually. That one I usually use. And then you can write. Now, if your penmanship is not so lovely, I recommend you use the text box. All right? It will make it easier for you. So you can write your response. It's just that it may look a little messy. And that's why I'm saying to you, I don't recommend it. Good? But this is what you do when you are to type on a document given to you with your name on it. Then now you click there to your top right hand corner. There's a box thing looking like a floppy disk. Right beside the 3 dots, It becomes active once you start writing. And remember now, you can put more than one text box. You can type more stuff in there. The choice is yours. Do what needs to be done. All right, see there, you can always stop and you can move the box and you put them in line, especially if you're writing sentences. The top right hand corner here, your box is there that looks like a floppy disk, this one right here. Click on it and it will save your work. Look what happens now. That's all I did was click the floppy disk. Look what is happening. All right, the file you did comes up as edited and then your name. This means that your work is now done. All right, there's nothing more for you to do but click turn in. Once you see edited and your name, it means that your work is there attached already. All you need to do is click turn in. Once you click turn in, your work has been submitted. All right, and all the way the teacher will not get it unless you go and click on submit, but it means that your work is done. Scroll back down, go back to your classroom, use a back arrow, go back to your classroom. Look, it is no longer blue because you have done the work and you have submitted the work. You still want to be sure that the work is submitted? Go to your to-do list, like I showed you the last time. All right, and then go to the specific class. That one we're doing test run, that was the class we're in. So you're double checking to make sure that your work is done, you know. Go to done and see it there. That was the one you just did a while ago. Test run assignment, it is there. And that is how you submit your work on your tablet or your cell phone.
All right, that was one. What if it is done in your notebook?
Right, here I am again. In
this video now is if you did it in your notebook, or say you were told to buy a workbook that you have to write in, or did you put it on folder paper? What do you do in this case? This video now will show you what happens in a situation like that.
This mini video, I want to show you how you'd submit an assignment that is probably done on a piece of paper, whether it be a folder leaf or a typed sheet, or if it is done in your book. This method applies to any of the three: a workbook, a textbook, paper, notebook, whichever one. So as usual, the first thing we do is find our classroom. All right, good. We know that procedure, so we're not going to go into details. Classwork, and then I'm going to do an assignment that is due today. All right, so I scroll up. All right, so the instruction is there. If I tap on it, I can read what the teacher said. What is a set? Name 3 types of set. Now, I'm not doing it on the paper. Teacher said I must not do it that way. Teacher said it must be done in my book, or I must do it on a folder paper. I must do it another way. So I scroll up, and when I scroll up, I have a button right here that says, it's a plus sign, and it says add attachment. That is what you're looking for, add attachment. Once you see add attachment, you have done the work already. You have taken the picture of your work already. So you tap on the add button and then these come up. Now, if you did not take the picture, you have the option of taking the picture. All right. But in this case, the picture has been taken already. I strongly recommend that you take the picture before and you double check and make sure that you get all the sides and the pages so the teacher can read it carefully. Usually when you take this option to say take the picture while you're submitting it now, I've seen it over and over. The pictures are not taken properly. Again, I'm stressing, I strongly recommend that you take the picture before you choose to upload it. Now, when you take the picture, since it is taken already, go to File. And once you go to file, whatever is on your device will pop up. Whatever apps are there that will allow you to upload something to Google Classroom, it will show up there. Now, if you just take the picture, which I assume you'd have just taken the picture to submit it, it would usually be at the top. Now, if it is not there, go to your gallery. Go to your gallery and find the picture or pictures, because you can always upload more than one. Go to your gallery and find it if you're not seeing it in this section. So go to your gallery camera and you tap on your assignment that you want to submit. Tap on that picture. Once you tap on the picture, it will come up. You want to make sure it is the actual picture. You want to double check just to ensure before you turn it in. Tap on the picture. It's going to open up in the next window. That's okay. But you just want to make sure it's the right assignment you're submitting. Click the back arrow. Come out of it. It's more than one page is your work on. Go again. Click the plus button. Go to file. Find the next picture or the next page of the document that you need to submit. Once you find it, you add it. All right. Once you have added all the pages that you need to add, then you click turn in. Turn in again after the pop-up box. See their work submitted, on submit, and this says turned in. Again, do not click on submit. Scroll down, and then you can go through the procedure again to go to the to-do list to ensure that you submit your work. And this is how you submit a work that has been taken via picture from your textbook, folder paper, or a workbook to your teacher.
Right, there is another one. I see some hands raised. I'm not sure if those are questions, but there is another video that I want to show you. What if you get a quiz or a question that needs to be answered using your tablet or your cell phone, and how to check? What if you submit your work and you don't know if Miss marked your work as yet? You can check to see that your work has been marked. We're going to look at that one. Check to see that the teacher has actually marked your work and you see the grade that you get. So let's look at that video that I created.
So you have submitted your work and you want to double check and see the feedback your teacher has given to you. So you want to go and check on what has been marked and the comments that the teacher is making to you. All right. Classroom. All right, go back in the same class. Classwork. And remember, we did the test run assignment. We're going to check now to see what has been happening. See there, there's a tick there, which means that it has been returned to me. And then the teacher left a comment for me. It says private comment. All right. Scroll up. And then you have it edited, which means that that is what the teacher has marked. And there's a comment, you did not complete the assignment. Tap on edited with your name. And then see there, you'll see the work that was marked and the feedback given to you by your teacher. All right, so this is how you check. Now, one thing I want to ensure, because I've encountered this with students, go back, press your back button, back arrow. Do not click resubmit. Once you see a tick there, and once you see the teacher has commented, unless the teacher say you must do over the work and resubmit it, do not click resubmit. Otherwise, just leave it as it is. You see your comment, make your corrections that need to be made in your books or wherever you want to make your corrections, you can do that. But do not click resubmit unless the teacher says you must do over the work. And that is how you check any assignment to see that the teacher has marked your work and given you a feedback, okay?
All right. Do you have questions? You can type in the chat if you have questions at this time. You may type in the chat. I am looking for my video that I did in what if you got a quiz or you got a question to answer. Okay, I found it. I want to share this one quickly and then just have your questions ready. Have your questions ready. I want to share this one with you.
This video.
Have all your questions ready. After this one, this is the last video after which you can ask all the questions that you want to ask as it relates to using the platform. Those are the questions we're answering.
Video, we are going to look at how we do a quiz and submit in Google Classroom and how we answer a question as well. But we're going to do the quiz first. So get to my classroom, get to the class, classwork, quiz. I have a quiz. So I click on my quiz. Once I click on my quiz, right here, so notice when I flip up, there's nothing there. So I click on my quiz, which is right here. Read the instructions given to you. Always read the instructions given to you. All right. So here is the quiz, and I'm going to respond to the quiz, the questions in the quiz. 2 + 5 is 7. What is your name? And students, you must always write out your full name. Don't write what you want to write. Write out your full name. Don't just write your first name, give to the teacher. Always write out your first name, your full name. What grade are you in? Don't just put you're in grade 7. Put you're in 7H or 7I, 8I. Put the letter as well. Answer your questions carefully. You're finished answering your questions, the right here that says submit. Once you click submit, it means that your work has gone in. All right. You want to double check and ensure. All right. You click open assignment. If you click on open assignment, what it does is that it's going to show you that your work has been submitted to the teacher already. Sometimes when you want to double check, especially if you're using the tablet, it will ask you for the email address. Say it's granting access. Make sure it's a ministry's email address you check on, because remember, you're just checking to ensure that your work is done. All right. Then you can tap on the button that says mark done. Mark as done because you have done the quiz. Mark as done. Come up again. Mark as done. All right. So it says turned in, submit. So this means that your assignment has been submitted. Okay. Always remember to do that. Good. And that is how you do a quiz using Google Classroom. All right. You can always press your back button on your screen or tap your X's and get out of it, and then you're good to go. These things will keep on popping up, and I realize that students keep getting these messages that says seeking access to something in Google Classroom. Let me point this out to you. If you do not have the ministry's email address there, right now I'm not using the correct email address right here. That's not the email address that I should have there. Always ensure that is the correct email address that you have there. Now, when I scroll up on the work, mark as done, I can still tap that. It says resubmit. I submitted already, so I don't need to resubmit it again. Once you see resubmit, it means that you have submitted the work already. Do not click resubmit. All right. So that is how you do a quiz as it relates to Google Classroom quiz. Now, what if teacher give you a question? And this box, this blue one that is highlighted here, it has a question mark there. And it means that a question has been given. Tap on it. And then it says, you read the question, what is the difference or differences between 2 and 9? And you can write it. I could say the difference is 7. I could also say 1 is a prime number. And the 9 is composite. You can write your answers. I'm just showing you that you can write your answers there. Teacher asks you a question, respond. So you can say 2, I was going to say what 2 is a number there. 2 is a prime number. 9 is a composite number. I could go down and say 2 is an even number. I'm just showing you there's space there. No matter how small the box look, type your answer. 2 is an even number. You can scroll down. All right. And 9 is an odd number. Scroll down and do what needs to be done. Don't look at the space and say the space is small. 9 is an odd number. And all right. So you can write your answers, type and go down, press your enter button as much as you want, type your responses. When you're finished, click turn in and then click submit. Once you do that, work submitted, it means that you would have turned in your assignment to the teacher. See, it says turned in and your teacher has received your assignment. All right, thank you.
All right, so now is the time to ask your questions as it relates to the platform. Do you now understand how to submit your assignment? If you have to do it in your book, if you have to type it, what if it was a quiz given? What if teacher just asks you a question? Will you be able to answer your question that teacher gives you? Are you okay so far? I see hands raised. I see 4 hands. I'm not sure if there are questions, but I'll call the names just in case if there's a question. One says Kevin Cox. Ask to unmute. If you have a question, you may ask as it relates to the system. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. No, that hand raising was from the previous question that you asked before, that if everybody could hear.
Okay.
So that was from there. No?
All right. All right. Anybody else? Any questions as it relates to the system? Students, do you now understand how you are to submit your assignments? I don't want you to be said that you don't know how to maneuver the platform anymore. All right, make sure you understand. Alicia Isaacs, I see you raising your hand. Do you have a question? I see you say, Mr. I never in no class. I have not done no work. Why haven't you been in any class as yet? Why haven't you been admitted in any class? Ask to unmute. I'm asking you to unmute your mic so I can hear you speak.
Miss, I didn't get no government email, miss.
All right, Mr. Hanson, which grade are you in?
8W.
8W. Who is your form teacher?
Sir Pitt.
Sir Pitt. All right. And Alicia Isaacs is your name?
Yes, miss.
All right. We'll make a note of that. All right?
Yes, miss.
All right. Anybody with any issue as it relates to the system? Students, are we clear now on how we are supposed to be submitting our assignments? I see Cooper asked to unmute.
Good morning.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. What if you miss a subject because of internet problem, which is to submit and the due date has passed? What can we do?
You can still submit, where you send a comment with it as well, explaining to the teacher that you have internet issues, but you can still submit the work.
Okay, then, thank you.
Right, no problem. Any other questions as it relates to maneuvering the system, students? Now is the time to ask your questions so you can get clarity. At the end of the day, we don't want it to be said that you did not get the assistance that you need. Demoy, Richard, do you have a question? Let me lower all the hands. So just in case somebody have a hand up and they want to ask a question, a fresh hand. Any questions as it relates to submitting your assignment and doing what needs to be done? Now is the time to ask the students while I'm on the platform. Demoy, your hand is raised. Where did you go? Person got dropped off? See the hand raised, but the person is not there anymore. All right. Oh, Miss Officer is the teacher for 8W. What's her name? Isaac. All right, if there's no more questions, students and the parents, thank you for taking time out of your holiday to join the session. I hope come next week, none of the parents will be complaining that they don't know how to submit their assignments or they don't know what it is that they have to do. Roxanne Johnson, you have a question before we close?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Are they going to get any textbooks at all?
Textbook has been issued. I'm not sure what is happening, why you haven't received any. Call the school and find out what the situation is, but this is just to deal with the system, please. At this time.
Oh, I didn't hear any. So the child could come and pick the textbook up?
I don't think so, but as I say to you, call the school and find out what's the latest as it relates to textbook. We just want to deal with the system on this at this time.
Okay.
All right? Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Dene, I see your hand up. I ask you to unmute. Dene, I click and you're not unmuting yourself. Dene, type in the chat what your question is because I see your hand raised. I'm asking you to unmute and you're not unmuting. Demoy, do the same. Put your question in the chat. Ask to unmute, Demoy. Students, if you're going to be asking a question, I am tapping there.
Miss.
No. Yes.
Miss, this is Demoy Richards. I'm coming from 7D, but I don't know what grade 8 class I'm in.
Demoy, this at this late stage, I'm sorry to hear that you don't know which class you're going in. Please get in touch.
No,
Demoy, please get in touch.
Yes, miss.
Please get in touch with the school. Call the school phone tomorrow and find out where you are to go.
Miss, on what platform you guys are using? Google Classroom and Zoom?
Were you on the platform from we started? Were you in this meeting from it started, sir?
No, miss. First time getting in touch with you guys from school close.
Oh, we're using Google Classroom. You can watch the video on YouTube when we're finished.
The link is provided.
Just go to YouTube, type in Innswood High School, and you'll see the video. And you can watch the video.
Okay.
Sure. Then if you have a question, please ask it before we close out the meeting. Riley, you have a question? I'm asking you to unmute. Go ahead, ask your question.
Good morning, Miss. Question, is it that school will be open back tomorrow, right?
Yes, school is open tomorrow. That's why we are doing this today to get the students ready. So come tomorrow, there's no complaint about they don't know how to submit their assignment, and there's no complaint that they don't know how to maneuver the system. So yes, school resumes tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Dene, if you cannot, please, Dene, type your question, please, because I'm not sure why you cannot unmute. So type your question. All right, Miss Cox, you have another question? Kevin? See your hand raised?
Yes, yes. I got in on the thing a little late, so I wanted to ask about the worksheets. I know you said this is about the platform.
You're breaking up. Hold on. You're breaking up. I'm not sure what is happening. Go again.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying I got in on the class a little late. I was wondering about the worksheet. What if we don't have any internet? Is it okay to go by the school to go worksheet?
No, going back, you cannot go by the school unless a notice is sent out that there's something for you to pick up at the school. Right? So don't just go to the school. But I strongly advise though, parents and students, if you have access to the system, there's no need for you to be going by the school. The work will always be on the platform. It's not being taken off. The work is there. So if you miss work, you can go back and get the work done.
Yes, Mister, I understand that. I'm just wondering what if we have an internet problem? If you have an internet problem, like for a week, would you be able to go to school, or you will have to get in touch with the school to let them know that you don't have any internet?
Right.
For the child.
What you would do is that I would assume that you're already in WhatsApp groups, because I know some form teachers.
Yes.
Right, so communicate with the form teacher, and the form teacher will pass on the information to the teachers to say, Kevin is having serious internet issues, is unable to come on to do any work at this time. Please bear with him. And when he gets on, he gets his work done. But you must communicate with the form teacher first, and then the information will be passed on to the other teachers that may be teaching. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes.
You're welcome. No problem. As it relates to tablet parents, I cannot respond to any question as it relates to students getting tablets. You'd have to reach out to the school to find out what is happening. But as it relates, we're just dealing with the forum right here with the students. All right. So if there are no more questions, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon or what's rest of your holiday. Students, school resumes tomorrow. So ensure that you're logged in and get ready for your classes. Have a good afternoon and thank you. If there's anything you want to remember, go on YouTube, type in Innswood High School, and you can rewatch this video. So just in case you missed something and you want to recap, you can always go and watch the video. Thank you again and take care. Bye-bye. Mr. Hanson, you can close the meeting. Students, you may leave the meeting at this time. We are finished for now, so you can exit. You can press your leave button